What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Taurus sidebar. I just tried doing that intro a second ago and it was ridiculous. So I was like, let me try that whole thing again. But well, welcome to my channel, Alchemist. See, this is what happens when I go off script. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. And for those of you who are returning, typical, right? Welcome back, Zol Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Taurus. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's your general energy weekly spread. Yeah, that's where we're at, Taurus. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you. You can leave some of the silliness with me. And never force a reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals. Feeling lovely. There's great energy all around here, Taurus. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with those tarot. Before we jump to this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case you were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Taurus, so hopefully you'll like them as well. Very cool groups. I think you enjoy their energy. But let's see what the first card's going on here. Oh, it's your opposite sign. I like this card. You got the ninth card of Scorpios here, which is Phoenix card. Look at you rising. And with this card, this is a card of transformation, eternal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, rising from ashes, emerge, new era, alchemy, transmutation, ascension. The end is just the beginning. And I like that, Taurus. The energy that's coming through here is the emerge. And I feel like that maybe for some that there's this energy of maybe we have like, it's like maybe we have this, been feeling, I don't know, it's like a new you is like what's been kind of coming out here. Something maybe we've been kind of, I don't know, it's like you feel like you got like a, maybe like a different kind of swagger in your step, or you're just feeling like you're coming into, like really maybe kind of coming into yourself and really wanting to, I don't know. It's like we've been doing this sort of thing, and it's like we've been. I don't know. It's like maybe we've been picking up a new diet, and then we've been doing this kind of workout routine, and maybe we've been. I don't know. Maybe taking some. Maybe we picked to happen to be learning a new language, and it's just like now you're just like getting ready to put yourself on display. It's like you emerged like a brand new you, or something like that. Like there's been like a resurgence in a sense, and I like that, Taurus. I feel like maybe for some it's, yeah, something new, something fresh, and you know if we're not feeling that. I feel like that there's a need to kind of change things because you know Scorpio being your opposite sign, you know your sign is about that security, you know, the found that solid foundation where Scorpio is constantly, you know, they're a water sign and they're constantly changing all the time. They feel so intensely, and I feel that for some there's a need, maybe a need to, it's not necessarily letting go of the foundation, but it's just stepping outside of our comfort zone. You know, maybe we have, I don't know. It's just like it's incorporating some, maybe some new, just like maybe new routine. Maybe we've been wanting to maybe get out more and just like maybe go for walks, or maybe go travel more, or just something here about you really doing something that really helps you. It's very interesting, Taurus, because it almost, because I even feel like for some, if you've been not been feeling that, if things have been feeling kind of stagnant, I feel like, you know, Scorpio is very spiritual energy and really doing that kind of like deep dive and like really asking those, yeah, really kind of deeper questions about ourselves. And I feel like that there's something that's maybe trying to get your attention, maybe to try to emerge out of you like a new, like a new way of even like of thinking, or well, let's see, Taurus. Let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Oh, all right, that's one. Look at that Pisces energy. I'm with it. Thank you. All right, let's see what we got going on here, Taurus. All right, so we have the Moon and the Ace of Cups, or excuse me, Ace of Coins in reverse. And then we have the Fool, the Knight of Cups, and then the Five of Cups upright. And with the let's start with the Knight of Cups here, because this is one of Scorpio's cards for me. And with the Knight of Cups here, I feel like for some that there's maybe this, that maybe what's emerging is like maybe this discovery of maybe this could be like a new passion that we've been doing, or this might even be I almost even feel like for some that even that's interesting, but you know, the Knight of Cups, he can be a pretty romantic guy, and I feel that there's even this energy of maybe even like a renewal in like a relationship, you know, or as far as like, or like maybe even like relationships in general, like something here is like, because I feel like for some maybe we've been disappointed in the past, or we've been afraid to kind of like maybe put ourselves out there maybe for a while, or I don't know, something along those lines. But I feel that it's like that sense of where you want to be in love, but you also don't want to be hurt again. So it's just like the energy's just kind of sitting there in limbo. You know what I mean? And I feel like that there's been, I don't know, it's like something's emerging that maybe it's just like a way of thinking can change, or that like maybe someone even just kind of pops out of the fray here, because the Fool is Uranus energy, and maybe this is like a, I don't know, maybe even like an epiphany that's coming through, or something where it's just like I don't know, something really cool is coming out of this, Taurus, I feel, but it's because it's one thing to have these thoughts or to have these feelings, but it's another, I feel, to invest in them, you know, with this Ace of Coins being here, because that's all the aces are. They're just potential, they're seeds. You know, it starts, Uranus brings about that sudden flash of inspiration, that looking into the future, that that change, freedom, and that could be something for some too. It's like maybe we had been in something where we felt that we were restricted in some sort of sense, or that we couldn't get out there, or like maybe even like, let's say I'm getting almost like if this was like a relationship, for example, like maybe something where a little more controlling, or and you know, Taurus, just to be fair, this could be something where maybe we were being a little controlling as well. And I don't think it was like a, you know, aggressive type of thing or anything, but it might have been where we might have been manipulating the situation. But either way, I do feel like that there is this is something here, just like a, this gives me very kind of epiphany energy is really what's kind of coming through here, and it's like the moon is like we're seeing through, I don't know. It's like we're getting ready to get to this because after the moon is the sun, and getting into the state of happiness. But there are going to be some things that I feel that needs to change here, or that we need to invest in with the Ace of Coins in order for that to happen. And this could even be too, I feel that maybe if it's not like a relationship type of deal, it's like maybe even like a passion for something that maybe maybe in the past you wanted to be a horseback rider there, Taurus, or maybe look at all these animals here. Maybe you want to be a zookeeper. That's dope. But there's something though where it's like we're having that sort of realization possibly, but maybe we've been told that it's only going to lead to disappointments and where regrets and things, and you're not really going to enjoy life, and that's not going to be, is that really a practical thing to do? And you know, if it's a dream, all we have to do, and the lucky for you being an earth sign, it's where even just thinking with Pisces energy, the moon, yeah, our dreams can seem kind of lofty sometimes. We may never get to that 10 of cups or 10 of coins entirely, because there's so much in this that this experience has to offer, but we're going to get close. And the way to do that is to where there's a will, there's a way, Taurus. And I feel like it's just waiting for you, for that, almost for like that action to be taken. I like that, Taurus. Bam, I'm going to put you right there. Alright, take that. Alright, let's get some tea, Taurus, and let's get another one. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here, Taurus. Oh, more Pisces energy. So you got the fifth card of Pisces, which is spilled milk card. And with this card, this is a card of regret. Accidents happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Mistakes. Leave it in the past. It's over. Cannot be changed. Disappointed. Cleanup time. Let go. And minor problems. And the energy that's coming through here, Taurus, is the regret. And I do feel like what I was kind of saying earlier, if we feel like that we're afraid of something because we may regret it later, as far as like, maybe it may not, the dream, like, because even when we're working towards our dreams and our passions towards, there are going to be challenges along the way, always. But that pushes us to growth, that builds, strengthens our resilience, with that Scorpio energy. And where even if things don't go exactly as planned, I feel like, because regrets are very harsh things. I feel like especially too when we're talking about like your dreams and things. I don't feel like you should ever regret your dreams, Taurus. I feel that that's one, or let anyone make you feel that you, because what may be practical and stable and things for someone, for one person is different from another, is different from another, and that's what makes this experience so beautiful, because we have a bunch of ways that we can all go about it. But even just think with the Fool energy, they rule over Aquarius, and Aquarius is about embracing that uniqueness, that eccentricity, that being your authentic self. Because if we were, because what's the point otherwise, to do the same old thing over and over and over again? Because then we all know how that story's going to play out. We're getting into the age of Aquarius now, with Pluto getting ready to enter their sign for the next 20 years or so. And so I feel like the only thing that we might end up regretting, Taurus, is not taking that chance, and wondering what if. And here's the thing, Taurus, even if we decide to pursue it later in life, it might not be, because here's the thing, you could always do these dreams. These dreams never die. I feel like as long as it's stuff that fires in you, always, but even if we happen to do it later in life, yeah, it might be a little bit trickier than when we were younger, but we still do, on the plus side of that, we still do have this experience, because now when we're really going to tackle this thing, we're going to really pour our all into this, because we do have time that we need to make up for. And how perfect then to just pour everything into that, Taurus. Regrets, I feel it can be very powerful fuel for motivation, because I feel that it can be, we can take it as one and let it just become this really heavy weight. Or, because for me, it's like if you regret something, that shows to me a level of awareness that's powerful, Taurus, because that's a state where you were operating at a vibration that you never want to be at again. And so that's mindfulness, that's growth, I love that. So let's get some tarot. A little deep there, Taurus. Let's get some tarot on this. Thank you. Let's see what else we got here, Taurus. Oh, look at that. I love it. You got the Queen of Wands, the Chariot, and the King of Cups upright here. And then we got the Judgment card in reverse, and that's one of Scorpio's rulers. And I feel like with this energy, Taurus, we're talking about this regrets and stuff, that's what hinders the transformation. Because I feel that if we... Well, I feel like if one... Because with the regrets, it's like if we have been in that state, have felt this way and don't want to do this thing, then we do, there's this energy, I feel like, with the Chariot of, because the chariot is Cancer, Cancerian energy, and Cancer is about one aspect about them is experiential wisdom. My sun signs in Cancer, and we use the lessons from the past to navigate in the present to shape our future. And I know a lot of signs do, but we're really rooted in the past, so this is a tricky energy sometimes, but I do feel like that's what can happen with regrets. It keeps you rooted in the past. It keeps you from this place of closing out a cycle. I mean, you can still move on through life just fine, Taurus, but I feel that it's like we never truly get that, almost that sense of closure. If you just kind of, it's almost like just kind of letting the wound. We know that your arm's broken, but because you regret what happened, you don't want to forget that thing, so you just leave your arm broken, as opposed to taking action. I feel Queen of Wands to heal this thing. If I hope that makes sense, but I also kind of feel with this energy, Taurus, because with the Judgment is Pluto energy. Pluto deals with that sense of power and authority. It can be, if not utilized, if utilized in a weird vibration, it can be oppressive even. And I almost feel with some that there was this sense of judgment that has been hindering this growth. Maybe it was a friend, a family member, partner, but I feel like it's not letting the judgments of others, and where they may be at on their journey, hinder your progression. Don't let that stop you from keeping it moving. Because when it comes to, especially when we're talking about like maybe you're having like a new change of lifestyle, or just emerging, just like it almost feels like maybe this emergence is I'm not let me stick with the regrets here, but it almost feels that for some they'll try to put this energy on you to progress, to stop your growth, just because they may not want to feel just by themselves in this energy, because if everyone else is moving forward, then that means that they'll have to deal with their thing, Taurus. So, and again, just on the flip side, if that's something that you've been feeling, if you notice that others have been kind of moving on, and maybe we have been staying kind of stuck, because listen, that's a tricky thing with fixed energy sometimes. Sun or wherever you have fixed planet. I got a lot of fixed energy in my chart, and it is something that, depending on how that is translating, it could potentially get a little caught up in things, and it can be a little hard to kind of change up that energy. But yeah, I hope that makes sense, Taurus. Just really something to think about there. Hmm. Alright, Taurus. Let's get a little more clean. Let's get your last card. Okay. A lot of water energy here, Taurus. Yeah, a lot of water energy here. But you got the ninth card of Pisces, which is the cross card. With this card, this is a card of sacrifice, down for the cause, release, let go, giving up, surrender, puts others first for the greater good, dogma, heroic effort, purpose-driven, martyrdom, and heed the call. So the energy that's coming through here, Taurus, is a let go. That and the sacrifice is coming through here too, and that gives me very kind of like Hanged Man type of vibes here. It's like I feel that there's a need for maybe for some just like a new perspective, maybe, or it's like if we've been, let's say for example, like holding on to some sort of regret or anything along those lines. It's I feel like it's giving that energy the space that it needs, but it's just we want to be mindful of getting kind of caught up in that, Taurus, because because just thinking about water energy in general, water energy is very emotional, very intuitive, and I feel like water energy sometimes can you can get lost in that a little bit, you know, if we're not mindful, you know, because that's I feel like a trait that the water signs kind of share, you know, just think because you got Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you know, just a lot of Pisces here, and that's something too to maybe even think about with hmm. But it does feel like just thinking about what the let go and the sacrifice. It's just like how much of this do we of our energies, like if we're hanging on to regrets, how much do we want to sacrifice of ourselves holding on to that thing before it leads us gets us to our detriment here, before it leads us to a hanged man situation where it's like we're having to reevaluate some things, you know, really kind of go within and really kind of deal with those things that kind of those darker places, or like those hidden places that we kind of stay away from, that maybe where we were disappointed in ourselves in the past, possibly, or something along those lines there, Taurus. But you know, it's interesting. I think that sometimes that Cancer is the chariot, because where we are rooted in the past, the chariot's keeping it moving. So, and you know, the Fool is looking to the future, and I feel that there is an energy of just kind of evaluating where you are presently, and just seeing how we want to see that, see what that transformation kind of looks like going forward there, Taurus. But let's get some let's get some tarot on this and get some details. Alright, Taurus, last little bit here. Alright, so we have the. Oh, small little reversal storm here, that's alright. We have the Page of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Hermit, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And then we have the Two of Wands upright. Let's switch back over here, Taurus. Because I feel like with this Two of Wands, it's like there's a decision that needs to be made, a choice of where we're putting our energies at. Because when I feel like when you got the Hermit in here, considering too the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's almost like we're stuck in a cycle right now. It's almost like you're kind of trapped in your own kind of web here. Whatever's going down, whatever gets. I mean, a couple things with this, but for some, it's like there's a need to just kind of pause here for a second, to kind of really go within, and maybe because regret is a heavy thing to carry there, Taurus. And I'm just like, or maybe even something if someone told us like, yeah, I just feel like that if we hold on to the way, just on this regret end, if we hold on to this thing and we're sacrificing now, you know, sacrificing a lot of ourselves, that's going to slow down the energy, and it just really just I feel like it connects it messes with your flow of energy. I almost been feeling like with this with the Page of Cups, like there's not this connectedness there with yourself. I'm not. It's very very interesting there, Taurus. But I'm also kind of getting for some others here where with the emerge side of that, I feel like there is a need to kind of like with the Hermit being in reverse, to kind of come out here to kind of start. It's like starting a fresh new cycle here. You know, like maybe we've been putting our passions and things and like our feelings for some stuff that we want to do on the back burner, and maybe this energy of, because even just thinking too, it's like this could be maybe if we're not thinking about starting up like a little career or like a side job, or like a little career, starting up a career or like a side hustle or something. This could maybe even be like an energy. Maybe we're thinking about changing locations. You got, you know, Eight of Wands, Chariot energy here, but yeah, something wants to I feel like trying to come out here, Taurus, is the energy overall that I'm kind of getting here. And there's yeah, very interesting here, Taurus, but I'm gonna leave that there. Yeah, I hope that that made sense. I like that, Taurus. But if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up, and share this thing, Taurus. If you know someone who's happened, maybe been kind of stuck in the past with some regrets, or been needing to kind of maybe come out of hermit mode, or maybe need to go into hermit mode. It's very interesting energy that's kind of coming through here, Taurus. Because just a little sidebar, I'm just even thinking because maybe even for some, I just was just kind of looking at Jupiter and Cancer here. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, and I was just when I just did Cancer's reading right before yours, and there was a Pisces energy we were talking about, and Jupiter. I'm up to all that to say. I feel like there is maybe for some, there's something here like maybe like a familial type of energy here where. Mm, I don't know. It's like either. Hmm, not quite sure, Taurus, but there's some significance with that, with like with like I'm getting like a family type of thing, or there's some type of growth that maybe, I wish I had more for that, but if maybe if you know someone who's doing the same thing, Taurus, tell them to subscribe, hit that bell. We're gonna work it out together. I just need that little. That's a piece I'm missing. I just need to have them subscribe to that bell button. We get notified on these videos each week, and then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Time. This might be some help, but I'm on. I created a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And then as the group grows, I'm going to start doing scheduling different like guided affirmations, meditations, healing music, stuff like that. And nickname them different things, like maybe like a judgment-free zone with a judgment card, or, expansion, or manifesting abundance with the Wheel of Fortune, keeping it moving with the Chariot, something along those lines. But definitely check that out, Taurus. And then speaking of the Chariot, Taurus, and you got a little lunar shenanigans with Pisces. You got the hottest ticket to come over to my other channel. Not that you need it, because you're in good with our ruler. The moon's exalted in Taurus, so you don't even need a ticket, Taurus. But if you got any Cancer in your placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other. Come over to the Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss all the lunar shenanigans, even when they're Pisces, and I always give Pisces flack about that. And all that housekeeping, down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Taurus. And you got the Knight of Wands here. And I almost feel like for some, this is more so kind of going towards like the emerge type of energy. I feel like there's been like an energy of maybe we've been like restricting ourselves, or maybe we've been told something that has prevented us from like really kind of pursuing our passions, or really kind of following our heart, or something along those lines. But if that's the case, Taurus, I feel that that's and I don't want to say regret waiting to happen, but I just don't want us to be at this place where, because I feel like Knight of Cups and Knight of Wands are both very passionate in very different ways, but still that same kind of intensity. And it's just the Knight of Wands pursues more kind of like the funner aspect. He embodies the energy of Leo for me. First two things and the last of Cancers. And I do feel like it's finding this joy in things that bring us this emotional security, or something along those lines towards her. And if it's like, and it doesn't necessarily have to even be like you're making it your career, but I mean just making it more, like a more integral part of your life, something that you're doing regularly. But and look at that, got the equinox here, Taurus, got a little balance there. And with this, Taurus, and that's kind of what it feels like, maybe for some it's like it's balancing out that heart. Look at that head and heart there. King of Cups energy all the way. And And it's interesting too, because just with this equinox, I was just thinking there's always like a light side and a dark side of things, and hmm, yeah, this is an interesting thought that came, but I'm not quite sure what that was about. But yeah, just like there's a interesting, Taurus. I think I'm gonna leave that there. But I definitely feel, hmm. Yeah, interesting, Taurus. I'm gonna leave that there. Yes, sir. I was trying to figure out if there was any more there, or what that was about, but it's not giving me anymore. So, yeah, I'm gonna leave that there. But you stay safe out there with these. I don't know. It's like with these decisions that we're making, or maybe you're just coming into like a brand new you, being bold, being assertive, being Queen of Wands energy. I don't know. It's very interesting there, Taurus. But raise your vibration to the roof. Especially maybe if we've been feeling regrets or having trouble letting things go, or something along those lines, Taurus. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.